Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I thought I'd carry on the kind of terraforming series of videos I've been doing and show you guys how to make a really cool, realistic looking beach. Now, it's no surprise that Minecraft beaches are somewhat simplistic, and I personally love to make natural features look better and more in tune with real life. So what I thought I'd do today is show you guys how I go about making beaches and stuff. Now again, like all my other kind of terraforming videos and things like that, it's a subjective process. You might not like how things look, and that's totally fine. You know, you can learn from certain parts of the video and mix and match and kind of take bits from each one that you like and don't like, and you can really mess around with it and do what you think looks the best. Anyway, as you can see here, normally I start with a chunk grass plot. However, I have basically made the basis of the beach itself. Now the reason behind that is because I didn't want to have basically half of this video be a time lapse of me making this beach. I think you can clearly see from this here what you need to really be doing with the materials. I'll give you a quick rundown though of what I kind of did and what my thought process was. So basically for this beach, because it's got sand dunes and stuff, I wanted it to be a gradual beach. I didn't want it to be steep, I didn't want it to be kind of, you know, narrow and thin. I wanted it to be a gradual beach, which is why it's kind of going up over time quite slowly, and it has this build up of sand at the back as well. So these slabs here, they look different to the sand, however with the other blocks mixed in, and once we've done the vegetation in a second, they'll really blend in, and to be honest, at the end of the day, it doesn't really look that bad. I'm personally a fan of the change. I like the extra depth and colour it adds, but you know, you guys might not. And you don't have to use these slabs. I just like to use them because it adds to that kind of slopiness of the beach. So as you can see here, I made sure to build a kind of bank at the back of the beach, or the height at the top of the beach, I suppose you could say. Because basically with beaches, depending on the type of beach, it will look very different. So this beach would be quite, I would say, sheltered, so it would have a lot more constructive waves. Constructive waves bring sediment up the beach and deposit it at the top and along the beach, hence why you get formations such as sand dunes, pebble ridges and stuff like that. So by having this these sand dune here, it just makes a lot of sense, like regarding geography and stuff. So I really wanted to make sure with this sand dunes aren't always 100% sand, which sounds really funny because they are mostly sand, but with my sand dunes I like to mix in the dirt as well, because there is a mixture of dirt in the sand dunes, because it's that transition period from beach to mainland. So as you can see here, I've got coarse dirt mixed in as well as slabs, and yeah, you can see the grass starting to creep in behind as well, which looks pretty good. Okay, so this is basically the formation of the beach. I think you guys should be able to recreate this quite easily. You know, you just gotta go off the video and at the end of the day do what you think looks right. Okay, so now we're gonna go about adding vegetation and stuff to the beach. So I'll start with the sea, that's an ominous sound. I'll start with the ocean because that's probably the easiest bit. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add my dead corals. Now, if you're using the default resource pack, you won't have access to these, and that's totally cool. You don't need them, it's just I like adding them because I think they add a lot to the ocean, that's it. Okay, so once you've added your corals, you want to add some kelp. Now the kelp, I wouldn't add too much. I wouldn't add it past, I wouldn't add it in 1 block high water, that doesn't make sense. Just do it in 2 block high or below. So 2, 3, 4, etc. Because it doesn't make sense for it to really be growing in shallow water. I just want to add it here because it adds a bit of variation. Okay, now the last thing you want to do is add your seagrass. One thing I really like about the dead coral is how it kind of resembles seaweed, and I really like that. In fact, I could even develop that further, because in my resource pack here we have mushrooms. And that kind of looks like, something. So I'm gonna run with it. It looks alright. So yeah. So here you can see we've got the nice beach here. Okay, so the ocean even, seabed. So next we want to actually develop the beach itself. Now there won't be as much vegetation lower down on the beach. I might add patches of this green because it makes sense for seaweed to have washed up on the beach. Further up, however, I'm going to be adding leaves. Now the leaves are something I would probably do first because they're the bulkier thing. You can always change them later on, but I'm going to do them now. So I just want to add a mix of different leaf types, kind of at the sand dune, to kind of make the sand dune look a lot more heavily, I don't know what the word is, give it more vegetation. Okay, so I'd say that's about enough. I wouldn't go about adding more than that. I think that's a perfect amount. So next you want to add the grass and stuff. Now we can't really bone meal this obviously because it's coarse dirt, so you're going to have to go in and add the grass by hand. I'm going to add extra coarse dirt as well because I really want this kind of dirt to really kind of creep onto the beach itself. Maybe not that much, but there, I think that should be okay, and maybe one more there. Okay, I'm going to add ferns in as well with the grass. I'm not going to have them too frequent. Okay, I think that's pretty good for the dune. As you can see, it's very simple. Now I'm going to add lily of the valleys because I really like how they look. Now I don't think lily of the valleys, they don't really grow on beaches or sand dunes, but I think the look of the plant kind of fits a beach setting, so I'm just going to go with that. Again, I'm going to do it in a kind of clump. So there you go, I've got kind of 3 next to each other. Actually, you know what? It doesn't really make much sense for this one to be here, so I'm going to get rid of that one. So yeah, we've got a couple here that are together. So that adds a little bit of colour. The white kind of stands out. Next we're going to add the dead bushes. So I just want to, they kind of look like kind of driftwood or something like that. So I'm just going to add them kind of spread out on the beach like that. And I think in terms of details, that is about it. Yeah, there's nothing else you can really add. So as you can see here, I'll do a quick rundown. We've got the sand dune. So the sand dune has vegetation. It's got a mixture of coarse dirt, sand. It's a transition zone, so it goes from the beach to the dune to mainland. Next up we have the main beach itself. So it's smoothed out with the slabs and stairs. It's got dead bushes which represent dead vegetation, driftwood, you know, kind of bits that are washed up from the ocean. We also have not dead, but we have seaweed patches closer to the beach because obviously it would be washed up onto the beach. And in the ocean itself we have a mixture of seagrass, a bit of kelp. We also have some of the dead coral which represents seaweed and kind of growing algae and stuff. And we also have the brown mushrooms here which kind of resemble a darker, browner seaweed. I remember particularly like coming from Cornwall, the beaches down there, we had ranges of seaweed from green seaweed, red seaweed, brown seaweed, so it makes sense to have some sort of brown seaweed representation in the ocean, plus it adds extra colour. Anyway, I think I'll just turn on shaders so you guys can see how it looks with shaders. And there we go. So yeah, as you guys can see, you know, it looks really good. I'm really happy with how this has come out. I'll just change the time to day so you can kind of, the sand looks a bit warmer. There we go, perfect. So as you can see, you know, we've got a really cool looking beach. Now you don't have to add as much vegetation as I have, but I personally think this beach looks brilliant. You know, I would definitely use this on my builds. Anyway, I really hope you guys have enjoyed the video. You know, this is something I've really enjoyed making. I love doing natural features. It's one of my favourite things in Minecraft. Dare I say that I enjoy it more than actually building structures and such, mainly because it's very flexible. Anyway, I really hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Make sure to subscribe, you know, leave a like, comment down below, join my Discord using the link in the description below, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye guys!